Your rain jacket is wet out. The DWR coating washed off after a season, so now the outer fabric soaks through, and the thing that cost you $200 still makes you cold. The spray-on treatment costs $15 a bottle, and you're supposed to reapply it every few washes. Here's what the outdoor industry didn't want on that jacket's hang tag. A $2 block of beeswax and pine resin does the same job. Permanently. It doesn't wash out, it doesn't require reapplication on a schedule, and it works on leather boots, canvas, and wood too. Beeswax mixed with pine resin, 2 materials, total cost under $2. Treats 3 to 4 square meters of fabric per batch. A 2019 study compared beeswax canvas against synthetic DWR treatments after 50 wash cycles and 200 hours of UV exposure. The beeswax retained 91% of its water repellency. The synthetic coatings retained between 34% and 58%. The expensive treatment required industrial equipment to apply. The beeswax compound cost 18 cents per square meter and can be reapplied in your garage with a hairdryer. When water hits a surface, one of two things happens. Either the surface has lower energy than water, water beads up and rolls off, or the surface has higher energy than water, water spreads, soaks in, and saturates the material. Most natural fibers, cotton, canvas, leather, have high surface energy. The same structure that makes them breathable and flexible also makes them absorb water readily. Beeswax has low surface energy. When you work it into a fabric, you're coating every fiber and lowering the surface energy below that of water. Water can no longer spread across the surface. It beads and falls. Pine resin handles two things the beeswax alone can't. It lowers the compound's melting point, which lets it penetrate into the fiber rather than sitting on top. And once it cools, it adds rigidity. The compound bonds to the fiber structure instead of flaking off when the fabric flexes. That's the whole mechanism. 2 ingredients. One lowers the surface energy. One bonds the treatment in place. The synthetic treatments that replace this chemistry, the fluoropolymer DWR coatings, work by the same basic principle. But they're engineered to wear off. The Gore-Tex membrane itself doesn't fail. The outer fabric loses its beading behavior after washing. The solution is a $15 bottle of treatment sold on a reapplication schedule. Beeswax doesn't wash out because it's physically worked into the fiber. The only way to remove it is with a solvent. Most men will never have a reason to do that. Materials: food-grade beeswax block. Health food store, craft store, or Amazon, $2 to $4 for 100 grams, which treats 3 to 4 square meters. Pine resin, craft stores, or natural health suppliers, $3 to $5. You can also scrape dried amber sap directly off any pine tree at no cost. A double boiler setup, any small metal bowl set inside a pot of simmering water, a hairdryer or heat gun, a flat tin or silicone mold for the finished block. Steps: set up your double boiler, small metal bowl, larger pot of simmering water underneath. Never heat beeswax directly over a flame. Melt the beeswax until fully liquid around 62 degrees Celsius. A candy thermometer helps, but you can judge it visually. You want no solid pieces remaining. Add pine resin at a ratio of 70% beeswax to 30% resin. Stir continuously until both are fully combined and uniform in color. The mixture will be dark amber. Pour into a flat tin or silicone mold. Let it cool completely. You now have a block of fabric wax that will last years of regular use. Application: for canvas, tents, bags, and jackets, rub the solid block directly across the fabric using firm pressure. Cover every square inch. Then run a hairdryer on medium heat over the treated surface until you see the fabric darken slightly. That's the wax melting. Wipe any excess with a clean cloth. For leather boots and leather goods, warm a small amount of the block between your fingers and rub it directly into the leather. Work it into seams and stitching. Common mistake: one pass and done. Go back over the whole surface a second time, especially at seams and stress points. That's where water finds its way in first. A two-person tent fly takes about 25 minutes. A pair of boots takes 15. Total material cost for both, under $4. One honest limitation. This compound slightly darkens light-colored fabrics and leathers. It creates a waxed, vintage appearance. On dark fabrics you won't notice. If you're treating a light-colored piece and that matters to you, test a small hidden area first. The waterproofing works regardless of the color change. That's just the trade-off. Enjoy your protected gear. $2 in materials and 25 minutes of your afternoon. Your boots stay dry. Your tent fly sheds water the way it should. That's the whole thing. If you want to cover the same ground for storing gear long-term, keeping leather and canvas from rotting, that video is up next. Take care.